Hello everyone, I am back with the journal flip through. I just finished this journal the other day and I just haven't had a chance to get it uploaded. It is a hardcover. It is a book that I decoupaged on, and there is this large piece of fabric that I have attached as the closure. Actually, it's not even attached, it's just tied on, so you can use it if you want in the journal, or you can use it as it grows and expands. Then there's plenty there for you to use to keep it tied shut. The book has been decoupaged with pages from a gardening book, so everything on here is about gardening, and it is a hidden spine, even though I still covered it because I just can't help myself when it comes to lace on my spines. So I covered it with paper, and then I added this beautiful lace, which you will see more of. There is a Tim Holtz butterfly, and then this large flower I found in my Flowers of the World book, and I just fussy cut around that. And I left this one a little simple. I wanted it to be not plain, because it's not plain, but just nice and clean lined, I guess. So this one's a little bit different for me. I really like the way it turned out. I put some of my fabric washi on each of the sides to, just to reinforce the spine, and then just to cover up the extra, paper that was there, just to kind of give it more of a finished look, which I really like. There is a pocket here, and on the back page I just put one of the pages out of the gardening book. So there's a little flower there that you can see back there. Check this out. And then I've just added this book page pocket that was inspired by Patricia. And there is a stamp and some lace. And this is a Tim Holtz flower. And this is also Tim Holtz. And then I just made a couple little journaling cards. And a lot of the things that's in this kit, or in this book, journal, sorry, I just uploaded my kit, is... I lost what I was saying. Oh, there's digital kits that I've used, that I've bought from a long time ago, and I just added them in here, and so I can't even tell you where they're from. I've had them so long. But the book pages I used were all from either a gardening book, or this is, I think, an embroidery book, because if you look here, you can see the patterns are here, and here is a lace flip. And I was going to stamp on these, and I decided not to, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating on whether I want to stamp those or not. And here's a large flower that I fussy cut out of that book. All the flowers are from the same book, which is the Flowers of the World. And I just made this journaling card, and then this cute tag, and I just put some fabric. And I cannot remember. I used a bunch of these, and I don't remember which shop I got that from. And then here is an upper tuck with just a library card. And here's some Edith Holden. And I just folded the Edith Holden pages in. I didn't want to really get rid of any of the picture. And if you don't like that, you can just cut it off. And there's a doily. And there's a little like label that you can write on. It's just a digital print also. And then I made a bunch of these. They're all throughout. And they're just a glassine bag that I put a little stamp on, if you can see. It's just a sticker stamp, it's not an actual stamp. And then this large die cut here that I got a bunch of these from Wish a long time ago, and there's some really pretty ones, so I put them throughout. And then I just added some hand frayed fabric there. You can see that. And then this coffee dyed paper. And then I made a bunch of little tags and just put this little sticker on there, and then some hand frayed denim looking fabric. And all of those are made the same all the way through. And here's some more pictures from magazines and things, books. I just tried to find the prettiest ones and put in here. Another one of the flowers, Dreaming a Little Dream, and it's just got some fabric on it. And then here's a tag, ticket. And I can't remember where I got some of these. Like I said, when I started a long time ago, I just started buying up things, And I didn't think at the time to put people's names on them, you know, where I was buying from. And now I keep them all separate, you know, in folders, so I know where I get all my ephemera and things. There's a pretty journaling card. And this little, I don't know what you want to call it, it's just an embellishment that I made. I used Edith Holden pages, and I punched out 2 circles and just distressed around and put some cheesecloth behind them, and then just made it into a tuck. And I had seen Gina on Firefly Studios, I think is what her channel's called. I'm sorry, Gina, if that's not right. But she was making like flowers, and so instead of making flowers, I just decided to make some embellishments with it and just make them as tuck spots. And so there's another one of the cards, and here's another one of the glassine bags. And here is a corner flip with another journaling card. This is the center of one signature. There's 2 signatures, and I forgot to tell you the measurements. It's 8.5 by 5 3/4 is the measurements. And here is one of my coffee filtered pockets, and I just distressed around it, put a little mini envelope, which I think I showed this on one of my videos before, and this decoupage tag, another journaling card, and then this beautiful, it says, tag. And here is some beautiful ledger paper that was gifted to me by Patricia. Thank you so much, Patricia. Here's a vintage hymnal, which I've already showed you one side, and then recipe page. And here's just a little embellishment that I made, and or cluster, I guess, but it's just some tickets that I stamped on with some blue butterflies. Just kind of layered some paper behind it, and then put some sari silk and lace. Just something a little different. I've been trying to make some of those up. Here's another one of those out of Edith Holden that I made. And so, like I said, all the pages in here are garden or floral related. And here's another one of the tags. For some reason I'm getting a shadow. I hope you guys can see this okay. And here is a pocket that I made, and I put one of those embellishments on the bottom of that pocket, and then just layered up some paper and put "sing" on there because it's beside of a little bird. And then another just journaling card, I guess. And here's a tag. It's just topped with some floral fabric and a little embellishment with a flower. And I made these so long ago, and they've just been sitting in my stash. And I'm trying to get things out and use them. And instead of putting lace down the side, because I like to add lace, I just did some fabric here and there just to give it some, you know, character. I wanted it to be simple. I didn't want it to be overloaded and frilly, because this could be used for a gardening journal or whatever. So I wanted to kind of leave it open for that, for a lot of writing, you know, whatever. You could use this for anything. If you're a gardener, you know, it's limitless. And here's another one of those pretty tags, and here's a ticket. It says "So Happy Together," and there's another flower from the book that I cut all those out of. And here is a tag, and then I added a stamp in there, one of those little stamps you could use throughout the book, instead of putting it on the outside, because I put a Tim Holtz flower there. I know this has got a little bit of a glare because it's kind of glossy, so I hope you can see it, but they're very old pages, all of them, and they're really pretty. There's a bag and a doily, and then here's another tag that I just put some fabric on, and I just stuffed it up that way with another one of those little embellishments with some cheesecloth. And here is the center of the second signature. Excuse me. And here is journaling card. And then here's another one of the pockets that I made with the large journaling card there. and then another embellishment with that Edith Holden book page. And I put one of the little miniature envelopes there, and I wrote Hope, or put Hope, and then I put some lace in there. But yeah, Lori has got me hooked on these little envelopes. She's here, Girl on the Ridge on YouTube, and I am hooked on making these things. I've got them in everything now, so thank you for that idea, Lori. I love it. And then here's another one of those, and it's got a little stamp, you know, on there with some, there's fabric on all of the edges. Then up here I just did like a little collage of fabric and some lace, and I really like the way that turned out, because it just dresses up the page, but you've got all this room to write. It doesn't, you know, obstruct your page for whatever you want. And then here is a flower with another tag and a journaling card. And then here is another tag with some fabric, and it just goes up in there like that. And then here's another tag that I made that's just decoupaged napkin, and this little embellishment. And this page was actually a loose page, and the other side had some writing on it from a little kid or something, but I really like this paper, so I just folded it over and made a pocket, and so it just holds this large tag there, or journaling card. And I just thought it was so pretty, I wanted to add that in there. So yeah. And then here's the back, and it's the same thing. You've got two large tags. This one has fabric on it. Here is a smaller tag, which is so pretty. And this pocket that I made, and this is, you know, Tim Holtz. And then there's one of those stamps with some lace, and then another little journaling card. So it, you know, it's flat. It would definitely expand. You could definitely make it, you know, thicker. There's a lot of room to grow in that, and that's why I made this so long, so you guys would have plenty of room, whoever bought it, you know, to tie it, and you could still cut plenty off to use in the journal if you'd like. So anyway, there is that, and I'm going to be listing this in my Etsy shop if you are interested. I don't know how many pages. There are 2 signatures. It is, what I say, 8 3/4 by, no, 8 1/2 by 5 3/4 or something like that. I'll put it in my listing. I always forget to do that, and I always say that in every video, so I am sorry. But if you guys like this journal, go check it out. I'm getting ready to do one more video today, which is a Happy Meal video if I get a chance. There's been some things to come up, and I'm kind of pushed for time. So I would like to get that in today, because this weekend I'm working on my new fabric washi. So I want to get a video of my process with that. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe and stay tuned. And you guys have a blessed day. Bye.